I'm 37 years old, and 3 months ago, my husband James and I made the hardest decision of our lives. We chose to end our marriage while we still loved and respected each other. Not because of betrayal or anger or any of the usual reasons, but because we both realized something that took incredible courage to admit. Sometimes love isn't enough to keep two good people together. This isn't a story about villains or victims. It's not about blame or bitterness. It's about two people who grew up together but eventually grew in different directions. It's about having the wisdom to recognize when staying together starts hurting everyone, including our 8-year-old son, Michael. What I'm about to share might challenge everything you believe about marriage and divorce, because sometimes the bravest thing isn't fighting to stay together at all costs. Sometimes it's having the courage to let go before love turns to resentment, before respect turns to bitterness, before two good people become shadows of themselves trying to force a connection that no longer exists. Let me tell you how we came to understand this truth and why it changed everything. James and I met in college, both studying architecture. We were best friends before we fell in love, spending countless nights sketching designs and sharing dreams of the firms we'd build someday. We married at 25, and for the first few years, everything felt perfect. We worked at the same firm, shared the same friends, finished each other's sentences. When Michael was born, we both shifted our priorities. James threw himself into growing his own firm, working tirelessly to provide the kind of security he never had growing up. I discovered a passion for sustainable design and community projects, spending evenings volunteering with local environmental groups while James networked with corporate clients. We were both changing, both growing, but in completely different directions. Our conversations about work became shorter, less engaged. We'd sit at dinner, proud of each other's accomplishments, but increasingly unable to connect with each other's worlds. There was no anger, no blame, just a gradual drift, like two boats slowly moving apart in a gentle current. Michael noticed. Children always do. He'd ask why Daddy never came to my community presentations, why I seemed uninterested in Dad's corporate events. We were modeling a kind of polite distance that we didn't want him to see as normal, as what marriage should be. The moment we realized this wasn't just about us anymore, everything changed. We spent 2 years trying to bridge the growing distance. Date nights every Friday, marriage counseling every Wednesday. We read books together, tried new hobbies, even took dancing lessons. On paper, we were doing everything right. But something fundamental had shifted, and we both felt it. During one counseling session, our therapist asked us to describe our vision for the next 10 years. James talked about expanding his firm internationally, building skyscrapers in Dubai and Singapore. I shared my dream of developing sustainable housing projects for underserved communities. As we listened to each other, we realized we weren't just describing different careers, we were describing different lives. The hardest part wasn't the differences themselves. It was watching Michael try to navigate them. He'd draw pictures of 2 separate houses in art class, one full of tall buildings, the other surrounded by trees and gardens. When his teacher asked about it, he said, "This is Mom's world, and this is Dad's world." That hit us both like a physical blow. We tried compromising, each giving up pieces of our dreams to fit the other's life. James turned down international projects. I scaled back my community work, but with each sacrifice, we lost another piece of ourselves. We became quieter, more careful around each other, like actors trying to play roles that no longer fit. One night, after Michael went to bed, James turned to me and said something I'll never forget. "I think we're teaching our son that love means giving up who you are." We sat in silence for a long time, both understanding what this meant. That's when we started having a different kind of conversation, one that would change all our lives. The conversation that changed everything happened on our back porch one autumn evening. Michael was at a sleepover, and for the first time in months, we spoke with complete honesty. No blame, no defensiveness, just truth. "I admire who you've become," James said, "but I feel like we're pretending to be people we used to be." I felt tears well up because he'd put into words exactly what I'd been feeling. We weren't unhappy together. We were just no longer growing together, and staying meant we'd both have to stop growing. Over the next few months, we worked with our counselor to design what we called our conscious transition. We agreed that Michael would never have to choose between his parents or between our worlds. Instead, he'd get to experience both fully, without the tension of two people trying to force their lives to overlap. We sat down with Michael together, not to tell him we were separating, but to show him how we were choosing to love each other differently. We explained that sometimes grown-ups can care deeply about each other, but need different things to be their best selves. His response surprised us both. Like how Dad needs to build big buildings and Mom needs to help people build homes. That's when we knew we'd made the right decision. Our 8-year-old understood something profound, that love doesn't always mean staying together. Sometimes it means having the courage to let each other fly. We spent 6 months planning our transition, making sure every decision centered around what would help all 3 of us thrive, not just survive. Today, our lives look different than we imagined, but in many ways, they're richer than before. James's firm has taken on international projects, and he lights up when he tells Michael about the sustainable skyscraper he's designing in Singapore. I've launched a nonprofit that develops eco-friendly housing for low-income families, and Michael proudly tells his friends how his mom helps build homes for people who need them. We've created a new kind of family unit. Sunday dinners together are still a tradition, but now they're filled with genuine conversations about our separate journeys instead of polite silence. Michael spends equal time in both homes, which are intentionally close to each other. He sees his father pursuing his dreams without compromise, and his mother living her values authentically. The most surprising transformation has been in our relationship as co-parents. Without the pressure of trying to be everything to each other, we've become better friends than we were as spouses. We support each other's growth, celebrate each other's successes, and model for Michael what respectful, healthy relationships look like. Last week, during a parent-teacher conference, Michael's teacher shared something remarkable. She said he'd written an essay about his family, describing how his parents taught him that being true to yourself is just as important as being there for others. If you're in a marriage that feels like a beautiful photograph that's slowly fading, listen carefully. This isn't about giving up at the first sign of trouble or choosing personal happiness over commitment. It's about recognizing when holding on starts hurting everyone involved. Look for the signs we missed early on. Are you and your partner growing in fundamentally different directions? Do you admire each other from a distance but feel disconnected up close? Are your children witnessing partnership or just peaceful coexistence? The hardest truth I've learned is that sometimes love means letting go before resentment takes root. Before your children learn that marriage means compromise to the point of losing yourself. Before you become so focused on avoiding failure that you forget what success really looks like. But here's the most important part. If you're considering this path, do it with intention and care. Don't wait until anger makes decisions for you. Don't let fear of judgment keep you in a situation that's slowly dimming everyone's light. And most importantly, don't turn your partner into a villain to justify your choices. Remember, your children are watching. They're learning about love, respect, and authenticity from how you handle this transition. Show them that sometimes the strongest families are the ones that find new ways to love each other. As you watch this, you might be questioning your own relationship, wondering if staying together is truly best for everyone. Take a moment to reflect. not with fear or guilt, but with honest compassion for yourself and your partner. If this story resonates with you, know that there's no single right path. Every family's journey is unique. But whatever you decide, choose with awareness and kindness. Consider working with a family therapist who can help guide you through these decisions thoughtfully. I'm sharing our story not to encourage separation, but to show that ending a marriage doesn't have to mean ending a family. It can mean rebuilding one that allows everyone to thrive in their own way. If you found value in this message, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Leave a comment about your own experience or insights. Subscribe to this channel for more stories about life's difficult choices and how to navigate them with grace. Remember, the measure of success isn't in staying together at all costs or in walking away. It's in choosing a path that allows love, respect, and growth to continue, even if it looks different than you originally planned. Sometimes the bravest love story isn't about holding on. It's about letting go with grace.